Hey guys. Alright, so this morning I just want to go over a couple things that I've got in and talk a little bit about 2013, alright, because that's the new year that we're going to change some things up a little bit here in the knife shop. As you guys know, I've been working on increasing a lot of my sales. And I want to thank all the guys that are supporting me. There's a ton of guys out there I'd like to thank. But it's just too many, so I don't want to leave anybody out. But my subscribers, the guys that always giving me constant encouragement, thank you very much. Happy New Year, guys. But basically, what I've been doing is, as I've been increasing my skill, I've been trying to increase my sales. Obviously, it's great to make knives, but if you don't sell any, then you just wound up with a bunch of steel on your bench. And like I've said 100 times. Steel on the bench is not money in the bank. As you guys have seen from my last video, I am coming up with a tactical hawk. Alright, the code name for that is Seth, alright, with a C, C-E-T-H. That stands for Crash Entry Tactical Hawk. Hopefully I can get it. I think they're already cut. I'm going to get a batch in, and then I got to get them sent out to heat treat. So see that process coming along. Along with that, I have my other knives, my production knives that I'm finally getting to, and the ones that I need to send out to heat treat. There's quite a bit of those too. So as you see on the table, I've just been buying stuff that I'm going to need. Obviously, I got a buttload of Tek-Loks, and one of the things I want to talk about was the buoy, but I'll get into that. Belts, of course, constant belts. Micarta, alright, a ton of this. I did contact somebody on Micarta, and great guy. Go check him out, Guy Carta, if you can. For what I'm doing for my production blades, most of all my Micarta is going to be the paper or linen, and it's going to be black. Okay, but that's for my production blades. And quite honestly, like I said, it has nothing to do with his stuff. His stuff is awesome, and I have purchased his stuff in the past. It's just that we couldn't fix on a price because he makes his by hand, which is always going to be more expensive than the store-bought stuff. But for my personal stuff, I'm definitely going to use his. But for the production stuff, it's mostly going to be black linen or black paper. I did purchase some Coca-Cola wood scales. All right, most of the stuff that you see here was online, and it was for a discounted rate. I'm cheap like that. If I can get something for a quarter off or nickel off, then I'm gonna buy that over something that's not. So some other good things I got. This is a knife vise. I don't know, a couple folks might have seen this. This is not completely necessary. But what it does is it sits in your vise, and you can put your piece in there, and there's rubber teeth or plates in there, and then when you tighten your knife down, you're able to work on it in a 360-degree type of setting. This was not cheap. It is a milled piece of steel. However, whatever makes my life easier and faster, then I'm all for it. Also, I did get a new press. This press was on sale. If you go to Knife Kits, knifekits.com, this is on sale. It usually sells for like $100 bucks, and I think it was like $20 off or something like that, so I had to get one of those. Ferric chloride. A lot of guys know that's how you do acid etching. I'm going to try to bust into that a little bit. I have not completely sold on everything with the ferric chloride, but I do like the way it looks. So I also purchased a vibrating tumbler from Harbor Freight, so I'm waiting for that to come in. So I'm going to do a little bit of stone etching, stone washing. And if you can see there in the corner, that was a birthday gift from my wife, which was awesome. It's a Grizzly. It is the G0538 oscillating spindle. It comes with quite a bit of different drums, so it's cool. Came in a kit, and I buy all my stuff from Super Grit, so I can get the drums relatively cheap, but this little device right here is going to help save me a lot of time and a lot of wasted energy. All right, I put that on my birthday list and she picked it up. It's really not that expensive, guys. It's about, I don't know, $139, something like that. I got it from Amazon, free shipping with Amazon Prime. And of course she got me a lot of gloves, which I thought was awesome because, like I said, my hands are always getting ruined. So she's awesome. So that was awesome. And you know, like I said, what I'm doing over here is this is all the other stuff that I'm working on. Okay, this is, I have 4 Pygmy Vipers, 4 Bushcraft 2.0s, and about 25 Master Chiefs. Alright, and then I have 2 more that need to go to heat treat. But all these right here need to be ground, they need to be cleaned up, scales, all that stuff. What I'm thinking of doing is a lot of these might be going, I don't know, actually a lot of them will be going to Cerakote. So I'm trying to not redesign, but I'm trying to think of the best way to present the Master Chiefs. The Master Chief, as everybody knows, is a Navy rank. It's one of the highest Navy ranks that you can achieve on the enlisted side. It's sort of like a Sergeant Major. And what I want to do is I want to present this to the military. I think when I Cerakote these, I'm going to go with Desert Tan, OD Green, and maybe some black. The grinds that I am messing around with are the hollow grind. However, I think a convex grind or a saber grind is a lot more efficient, especially for field troops. Okay, so you might see that. I have on the website the hollow grind. I could grind it any way you want. The problem is once I grind it, you can't go back. So I think I'm going to do a lot of these in flat grind. Because what I want to do is market that as a military knife. Okay, and then the rest of them, I have bushcraft knives. I've seen, you know, Such did this awesome presentation on the Master Chief, and I think it came across as a woodsman's knife or something that you can use for woods and stuff like that, and it absolutely can. There's no problem. A knife is a knife. You know, the best survival knife is the one you have on you at the time, right, guys? There are some features that I am going to take out on some of my knife. As I'm doing research, I'm learning techniques and different things that I would like to take out and like to add. Primarily on some of my knife, and this is just my opinion, I don't think you need a lanyard hole on every single knife. That's just my opinion. I've been doing that a lot because I think it gives it, you know, it's just an extra benefit. You just don't need it though on every single knife. The jimping is good, but the jimping doesn't have to be, it should not be sharp, alright, on some of these. So I might have to rethink that. Oh, and one of the biggest things I found out, let's go over here. Alright, as you guys can see, I have all of these are getting ready to go to heat treat. Alright, this is the Huntsman, as you guys seen on this blade right here. This is the Huntsman. I have to grind a ton of these. This is the Talon. I have to grind a ton of those. And of course, I have the Mosquito XL. I have to grind a ton of these as well. So, all that being said, you know, I'm looking at this type of style. I like very much. I like the swooping handle. The finger choil, alright, and I know I'm going to get a lot of slack from this, but the finger choil should be behind the blade with a blade this size, okay, especially in military application knives. If you notice on the Master Chief, there's no finger choil up here, okay, and I read this really great book, it's called Tactical Knives. I bought it from Amazon, you know, great book, and he's a guy that was a military person, and you know, basically, I forget the author. I'll put his information below if anybody's interested in reading the book. It's a great book. And reading and understanding, and he brought up some good points. And I think most of the points are, if you are working at night, in the middle of the dark, high stress, cold weather, miserable, and you are some special operations guy, the last thing you want to do is have a finger choil near a blade. Okay? I'm not putting my finger here to cut anything. If anything, my finger's going to go on top. So that's one of the things he mentioned, and I thought that was pretty cool. I think, you know, simple is best for me when it comes to knife making. I think that's the only way to go. I know there's a lot of guys that want to put 1,000 little gimmicks or things on their knives, and I think simplicity works best. I mean, if you ever seen Winkler's knives, Winkler does an amazing job, and his knives are some of the most basic knives in the world, and he can charge $800 per knife. Obviously, I'm not at his skill level yet, but he's using the same steels that I am, 5160, you know. For his axes, he uses the same steel I do, S7, you know. So it's just his, you know, he's got a lot more pull, I guess you can say. Lastly, the American Bowie, I might change up a little bit. That's kind of why I pulled it out. What I'm going to do is, because it is an American Bowie, I'm looking at adding a guard to it. Okay, I'm not sure how I'm going to make this work. I think the blade length is going to stay the same. I just have to figure out how to attach this. This is, I think it's stainless, it's not nickel. It's a stainless steel guard that I purchased through Knife Kits or one of those companies, and I'm going to try to make it work with my Bowie somehow, some way. I'm probably going to take this out right here and then work the handle a little bit. All right, and that's what's good, is that when the steel is still raw, you could still work it out. I think it only makes sense to add a guard to a Bowie. I'm not sure how I'm going to make it work, but I'll find a way to make it work. All right, so I think that's a better way to go. Like I said, I'm constantly redesigning. I stay up at night thinking of ways to improve and to redesign my knives to make sure that they not only look good, but they perform well. And I want to make sure that you know, if you are spending the money, that the knives are gonna do what they're supposed to do. So that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, I did buy a heat treating kiln. I'm waiting for that to come in. I had to go with the 110 version. There are longer kilns. I think it was Paragon, the 2000 degree Paragon. I'm not really sure. I think it'll fit most of the smaller knives, but it won't fit the Bowies and big knives, so I might have to send it out to heat treat. So we don't really use 220 here in the States. You know, we use 110. I can put a 220 in my box, but it's a pain in the neck. I got to rewire everything, and I really don't feel like doing that. So I bought the smaller kiln, which is fine for me because, you know, it's not a big deal. Texas Knife Maker. Texas Knife Maker, if you are military or law enforcement, they give you like a 10% discount. So go up to texasknifemaker.com. It's been up there for like a month, and I buy a lot of stuff through them, and that's where I bought the kiln and everything else. Like I said, if I can get a discount, I'm getting a discount. I bought the kiln through them. The kiln was like $1,200, and then I got the 10% on that, which was nice. But it's going to take a while to get in here. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys, you know, have a great, you know, January 2013. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff coming up. I think I covered a lot of stuff in the other videos. I am going to continue to make those little 3-minute videos for the production lines, but I will also continue to show you how I do my grinds, teach as much as I can, you know, learn from me what you can and apply it to your own knife making skills. Okay, lastly, guys, there's I didn't get it yet, but there's a great guy that does Jason Browse's stickers and pack. Actually, when I got Jason's package in the mail, he has a really good packaging, I guess presentation is the best way to do it. So I am going to try to amp up my presentation for my knife stuff. It has a nice warranty card. He's got everything in a nice box. So I'm going to try to amp that up a little bit. I think it only makes sense. Most of the stuff that I've been sending out, I just wrap it up in like a nice clean paper towel, and I tape it so the oil won't leak out of the box, and I throw it in a box with some paperwork and an envelope. And it's fine. I think most people don't give a crap. They just want the knife. But I think if you're a collector, you might want something a little bit better, and I know I can offer that. So I am going to try to spend a little more money and try to get my packaging right. I'm telling you that right now, so if you see a little warranty card or stickers or whatever, you know where that's coming from. I want to thank Jason for, again, showing me the path on that. Also, there was another, I think Snody does a really good job. But that's what it's all about. It's about learning. I'm constantly learning ways to improve my knife making and the business side. And I think you have to be open to that. So thank you very much, guys, if you're watching this. So that's it. Have a very safe and happy January. Like I said, I have a ton of work to do, as you guys can see here. And I'm just going to get to it. So thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.